हरि करना।
Wow. It's time to look into the brief history of AI, because so far we have seen and we have understood about the AI and the respective systems, and then philosophical perspective, principles, and goals of AI. Now let's see from where the AI has come, how the AI has evolved, uh, and when did it start, and how it has reached this stage, who all has contributed to AI. All these things we'll be looking into in this slides now. Let's begin with 1943 to 1956, in that interval. So 1943, this guy McCulloch and Pitts, these guys propose a model of artificial neurons. So in 1943, Warren McCulloch and Walter Pitts, two American researchers, proposed a model of artificial neurons that became known as the McCulloch-Pitts neuron. We call them as McCulloch-Pitts neuron. Their model was inspired by the behavior of real neurons in the brain and was based on the idea that neurons could be represented as binary switches that turn on or off depending on the input signals they receive. So, this model was one of the earliest attempts to create artificial intelligence using neural networks. So, Warren McCulloch and Walter Pitts, thanks for your contribution to the neural networks. So, then 1956 came, Minsky and Edmonds. So, Minsky and Edmonds built first neural network computer, the Snark. Okay. In 1956, Marvin Minsky and Dean Edmonds built the first neural network computer called Snark. Snark. Stochastic Neural Analog Reinforcement Calculator. Snark. The abbreviation for that is Stochastic Neural Analog Reinforcement Calculator. The SNARC was a small analog computer that used a network of 40 neurons to perform simple pattern recognition tasks. While the SNARC was not very powerful by today's standards, but it was a significant milestone in the development of neural networks. And again, Minsky and Edmonds, a big thanks to Minsky and Edmonds, as Mikuloch and Pitts, they have begun and you have continued. So, because of your contribution, whatever the biggest advancement that's happening at this moment in neural network has begun from you. So that's the reason I literally thank you from bottom of my heart for your all the contributions to the neural networks. So then we will move ahead from 1943 to 1956. This is what had happened. Now let's move to the next year. So then we have, so in 1956 there was Dartmouth Conference. John McCarthy organizes a 2-month workshop for researchers interested in neural networks and the study of intelligence. So in 1956, McCarthy, a computer scientist at Dartmouth College, organized a 2-month workshop on artificial intelligence that brought together researchers from different fields who were interested in studying intelligence and creating intelligent machines. This workshop is widely considered to be the birthplace of artificial intelligence as a field of study. So, agreement to adopt a new name for this field of the study, artificial intelligence, and this is the John McCarthy. So that the John organizing the 2 month workshop by McCarthy is the revolution of a neural network or a neural network and then field of intelligence, artificial intelligence. That's the defining moment in the history of artificial intelligence. So at the same time, there was an agreement to adopt a new name for this field of study. It was artificial intelligence. Again, thanks to John McCarthy for your wonderful contribution and shaping the future of artificial intelligence and naming the new field artificial intelligence. Then let's move ahead from 1956. So 1952 1969, the whole enthusiasm it's going on about this artificial intelligence new field is emerging. There is a lot of enthusiasm around these statisticians and then computer scientists and computer engineers around, programmers. So Arthur Arthur Samuels, checkers players, and then Shaky the robot. These are the new advancements at this time. So in 1959, Arthur Samuel, a researcher at IBM, developed a computer programming that could play checkers at a high level. So Samuel's program was the first successful example of a machine learning algorithm that could improve its performance over time through experience. So Samuel's checkers player used a technique called reinforcement learning. What is that? Reinforcement learning. So Arthur Samuels is the one who has first used the reinforcement learning, and he has used this for his checkers player. He has used it for the checkers player. So which involves rewarding the computer for making good moves and pushing it for making bad moves, for punishing it for making bad moves. That's what is your reinforcement learning. And again, Arthur Samuel is the one who has brought up the reinforcement learning. He's the one who has first built a model out of reinforcement learning, and he has demonstrated the efficiency and effectiveness of the reinforcement learning application. As it learns, as it increases its efficiency from the rewards when it makes a good moves, and it gets punished when it makes a bad moves. Then we got the Shaky the robot. In in the late 1960s, researchers at the Stanford Research Institute developed a mobile robot named Shaky that was able to navigate its way around a room using the cameras and sensors to avoid obstacles and follow instructions. So, Shaky was one of the first robots to use artificial intelligence to perform tasks that required reasoning and decision making. Now, let's look into the 1966 1974 reality. So, 1966 and 1974 reality. At that moment, AI problems appear to be too big and too complex. But the issue there was computers are very slow, very slow, very expensive, and have very little memory compared to the today. So that's the reason. So most of the AI scientists has faced a lot of issues with respect to the computation. Then 1966 1979 decade. This is a defining decade. So knowledge based systems have arrived. So, in the late 1960s and 1970s, researchers began to develop knowledge based systems that used expert knowledge to solve complex problems in specific domains. These systems were designed to mimic the decision making abilities of human experts by representing knowledge in a structured way and using reasoning algorithms to draw conclusions from that knowledge. So, one of the earliest successful examples of a knowledge based system was the R1 system. The R1 system, so which was developed in the late 1970s to diagnose problems in telephone switching systems. So then 1980 to 1988 AI industry in 1980 to 88. In 1980, and the R1 system, the R1 system became the first successful commercial expert system when it was deployed by the Bell Telephone laboratories to diagnose problems in their switching systems. So this marked the beginning of a period of rapid growth for the expert system industry, with many companies developing systems for a wide range of applications, including finance, medicine, and engineering. This is actually the defining moment where the conversion of research into the application has been done. Till that time, there used to be research models. All are research models, and then demo models and POCs, and then so once this decade 1980 to 1980, it has been the theory has been the research has been put into the application, and it has been commercialized across various industries such as finance, medicine, and engineering. So, in the 1990s to the present, the focus of AI research shifted away from knowledge based systems and towards machine learning, which involves training algorithms to learn patterns in data without being explicitly programmed. This approach has led to significant advances in areas such as computer vision, natural language processing, and speech recognition. In recent years, deep learning, a type of machine learning that uses neural networks with many layers, has become one of the most successful and widely used techniques in AI. Today, AI is used in a wide range of applications, from self driving cars and intelligent personal assistants to medical diagnosis and drug discovery. And if you take one example, the coolness of speed, the computer chess that recent one developed is, it has 1996, two times Kasparov versus Deep Blue. Kasparov victorious, three wins, two draws, and one loss. And in 1997, again Kasparov versus Deep Blue. First match won against world champion. It's a historical moment in the in the history of data science, in the history of artificial intelligence. So 97, the first match won against world champion. So for that we have used 512 processors, 200 million chess positions per second. See the sheer amount of computation has gone into that. That's the new decade. That's the new defining decade for artificial intelligence, where the computational power has been increased to very high extent, and the computers are becoming have become cheaper, faster, and have tons more memory than they used to be. So this is what the journey of our artificial intelligence, from inception, naming as artificial intelligence, and now ruling the world now the ruling field of the world in this were now. Okay. This is the history of the data science, or this is the journey of the artificial intelligence from the inception, then naming it as a artificial intelligence, then now it is at a level where it is literally into each and every nooks and corners of the various fields, and it's literally ruling this world. So that's what is your artificial intelligence, and this is the history and brilliant and beautiful journey of the artificial intelligence. But this is not at over, it's just a beginning.